Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Kelly Marie. I am an NLP certified business and mindset coach for women of color. Today we're talking about quiet quitting. Quiet quitting kind of went viral last year-ish when there were a lot of people who were kind of just checking out from their day jobs, just not feeling it. They was like, whatever, we not gonna work, like this is just not for us. And then they went on this whole rant about quiet firing, how companies like slowly fire you until they decide how they actually want to fire you. And so that became this whole big thing, but the conversation kind of got skipped over for entrepreneurs. And I feel like as a business owner, I quiet quit a lot. I quiet quit a lot. I loud quit. I be like, I quit. But I'm my own boss, so I just invite myself back in. I also have a lot of clients who are quiet quitting and don't really know that that's what it is that's happening, right? They come to me, my clients, like, they book a call, they say, hey, Coach Kelly, like, I don't know. I am just not feeling it anymore. I'm thinking about going to this new niche. I'm thinking about doing this new thing over here. And I know in my brain, oh, you're quiet quitting? Which is actually a form of self-sabotage for a lot of people, depending on like what your backstory is. It could be a form of self-sabotage, or it could be your evolution. Like, because sometimes you quiet quit in your business or decide that you don't want to show up in your business anymore because you have evolved to a new place, and continuing to show up in your business in that old form, or show up in your business in the old way, or the old service that you were providing, and you no longer feel attached to that, like you end up emotionally, purposefully, subconsciously detaching yourself from really running your business the way that you were running it previously. I had a personal encounter with that towards the beginning of this year, where I felt like my business, like it's just not, it doesn't fit me anymore. When you've been in business for a while, you get to a spot where you almost feel like you've outgrown your original business vision. And you do outgrow your original business vision. You outgrow the services that you offer. Sometimes you outgrow the products that you offer, and things change. And so this year, 2023, I don't know when you'll be watching this, but this year, 2023, was my 7th year in business. This is the longest job I've ever had. Like, I'm only 31. I've never had any other job as long as I've had this one. When I got to this point, I was like, okay, like, what do I do now? I've reached a lot of milestones. I feel like I've done every single thing that I said I wanted to do when I started my business. I did reevaluate my goals, along the way, and I did reach those new milestones. There's only a couple of things left that I really feel like I want to do. Like, I want to be a second generation millionaire. I almost had, like, at the beginning of this year, an identity crisis in my business. And because I was having that identity crisis with my business, and I was struggling with what else is there for me other than becoming a second generation millionaire. And I have the means and the services and the products to get to that place. But because I don't have any vision beyond that, I was self-sabotaging myself to even get to that initial goal. And you may find that too, like, you have a really big goal, but you can see it being attainable. And because it's so attainable and you're close to it, you end up slowing down because you don't know what's going to happen when you get to that, right? And so, like, the anticipation of what happens after I hit that goal can sometimes slow you down and cause you to subconsciously self-sabotage. And for me, it was in the form of quiet quitting. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna stop coaching. And I think almost to the point where, like, I knew that I no longer wanted to business coach, because I just don't enjoy it as much as I used to. And a lot of coaches will not tell you this. They'll be like, no, I quit because it was the market, or it was the industry, it was just too overwhelming, whatever. No, like, I'm no longer in love with business coaching. And at my core, I just don't believe that you should continue to do things that you don't enjoy. So what I did instead was I said, I'm going to slow down on the business coaching. I'm going to lean back into my services. And this is the benefit of having a service-based business. You can always go back into services. So anyone that I was coaching that was just coaching, I kind of like slowly let those contracts in and kind of phase them out, because I no longer enjoy business coaching. For me, the evolution is I wanted to focus more on, and I'm still kind of in that transition now. Transitions can be very long, y'all. For me, I wanted to focus more on life coaching and mindset coaching. I don't even know if I want to say life, because I am only 31 and I do feel like life coaches should be older, but it's really more so about mindset coaching. It's not that I have more life experience than my prospective clients, or that I have more life experience than anybody else, really. It's that my mindset approach to life is what sets me apart from other people. My mindset approach to life is what allows me to be successful regardless of my age. Because although I am 31, I have accomplished a lot of things that people do not accomplish in their lifetime. I make 6 figures. I make multi-6 figures. I made multi-6 figures working part-time hours. I have 2 children. I've got a nanny and they're in preschool. All of that is paid for. Like, if you think about the things that I've been able to accomplish that may not seem like that big of a deal for me, they are a big deal in the grand scheme of things. And my mindset is what has allowed me to accomplish the things that I've accomplished. And at any point in time, I know I can tap into my mindset and say, I'm gonna go do this, and I know I'm gonna be successful at it, like regardless. I talk to clients all the time who are like having a hard time niching down and deciding what it is they want to do, because they know that they're going to be good at whatever it is they decide to do. They know it don't matter. Like, I could do anything. I know I'm going to be good at it. I know I'm going to be successful. I know that I can really make this thing work. And so they have a hard time deciding what it is they're going to do. So my mindset coaching clients. So I kind of fell out of love with business coaching and I fell in love with mindset coaching. And here's why. It's not that business coaching is not needed, and it's not that I don't want to business coach you guys, right? It's that you don't need business coaching. You need mindset coaching. So I get into these relationships and I get into these rooms and I get on these calls with people who are saying, I need business coaching, I need strategy, I need strategy, I need business coaching. And then when it comes down to it and it's time for us to do the business coaching, it's not business coaching, it's mindset coaching, but you don't know what to call it or what it's called. So all of the enjoyment that I've been finding that I get from coaching has been mindset coaching. Like, my favorite calls, my favorite clients, the best experiences that I've had, the times where I'm like, I just want to cry tears of joy because this session was so good. Or my clients are crying. I have so many sessions where my clients are crying like, wow, this is really a breakthrough for me. This 30 minutes with you has been a breakthrough for me. This 45-minute session has gotten me farther right now today than I was able to get 6 months by myself. And it does not have to do with strategy. It has to do with mental. It's mental, emotional ability to cultivate a winning mindset and take on anything. And so I kind of quiet quitted my business at the beginning of this year because of that. And so I kind of had to reel myself back in. Like, hey girl, listen. Reel it back in, okay? You gotta secure the bag. So I wanted to give you guys today some signs that you may be quiet quitting your business, because even though quiet quitting your business is not necessarily a bad thing, you do want to be self-aware of when you are self-sabotaging or quiet quitting your business, because it can affect your bag. So for a lot of my clients and a lot of you guys who are watching this, you thinking to yourself, I'm stuck and I don't know why I'm stuck, or my money has started to like really slow down. Why is my money really slowing down? Because you're quiet quitting subconsciously, and it's causing you to self-sabotage your success, and things aren't tanking that did not used to tank. The first one is you don't post consistently. When you are passionate about something, when you're passionate about what you do and you love it and you are 110% in it and it's something that you enjoy, you show up consistently. You don't have to be convinced to show up consistently. You don't need a strategy to show up consistently. Nobody has to force you to show up consistently when you're doing something that you truly enjoy and that is for you and that you are called to do. So while there are tips and strategies and hacks to help you be more consistent, if you have an overall lack of consistency, I highly recommend going back to the drawing board. Like, is this really what you want to do? Is this really what God is calling you to do? Doing this business or operating in this way, is that in support of who God is calling you to be? Because there is some disconnect here naturally and innate inside of you. There is some disconnect that is causing you to not want to show up consistently, there's something that is causing you to not have motivation. Lack of motivation is not just a whatever emotion, like, oh, you lack motivation, you just don't want to better your life. Like, you definitely want to better your life. Lack of motivation often has a lot deeper of a root, and not showing up consistently is one of the first signs of quiet quitting and or self-sabotage. The second sign that you may be quiet quitting your business, okay, is you are blaming your audience. If every single answer to why you can't sell, why you can't make money, why your engagement is low, why email marketing is not working for you, why such and such is not working for you, if every single answer is it's my audience, it's my audience, it's my audience, it's my audience, you're probably quiet quitting. Because it's a lot easier for you to say, oh, my audience is not full of buyers, my audience is not engaging with me, my audience, they're not following me, my audience, they're not joining my email list. It's a lot easier for you to say that than it is for you to look at it objectively and say, maybe there's something else going on here. You are ultimately in control of your success. God has his plan, right? God has his bigger plan. He has a strategy in place, but your free will still plays a very big part. If you don't show up in the way that God is calling you to show up, you are not going to be successful. And there's no amount of my audience is this and my audience is that and my audience is this and my audience is that is going to be a viable excuse for you not showing up as who God has called you to be, or for you not showing up to fulfill what God is calling you to do. So when you start blaming your audience, and when I talk to people and they're blaming their audience, I say, well, what's really going on? Like, you're saying that they're not engaging with you or that they're not buyers. What's making you think that? What are you doing to make your audience buy? Then we start getting to the root of what's really going on. And I don't think it's never done maliciously. Like, it's never malicious. It's never, I'm gonna blame my audience so I can get away with it. I'm gonna blame my audience because I think that's what it is, because that's what comes to my mind first. It's easier for you to adopt a new idea if you have a reason for why the old idea wasn't working. Sometimes we do that. We abandon ideas too early, too soon, because we have abandonment issues. Fear of being abandoned, so we abandon first. Fear of being let down from an idea that didn't work, so we abandon first. We leave first before we get to even see through if the idea is going to be viable or not. The last sign that you can tell that you're quiet quitting your business is if you keep chasing the shiny object. Y'all who's hopping from idea to idea to idea to idea, baby, commitment issues. It's commitment issues, okay? You're chasing the shiny object. If you really want to change your business, whether that means I'm niching down, or I'm going to a new industry, or I'm changing my services, or I'm stopping coaching and going to services like how I was doing, right? If that's really what you want to do, you need to do it consciously. You need to say, this is what I'm doing. Let me put together a strategy. Let me hop on a coaching call or work with a strategist, or let me get somebody who is a professional involved who can help me pivot. But you just deciding, I'm going to chase this shiny object over here, and I'm going to go to this industry and this industry and this 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 and this, and not actually doing a hard pivot or not actually having a transition plan, is actually a sign that you're quiet quitting or self-sabotaging. Because if you were changing and it was something that you really wanted to be successful and you really wanted it to be the cornerstone of your business, you would treat it as seriously as you treated the starting of your business. You would treat it as seriously as you would treat your business if you were still in love with it. So there's a lot of different signs, a lot of different things that I see arise when I am talking to people about their mindset and about their business. But I definitely wanted to just hit on quiet quitting because it's something that is very common for women of color entrepreneurs to quiet quit for various different reasons. Some of those which I mentioned today. But yeah, I'm so glad y'all joined me for this. Let me know in the comment section below if you feel like you quiet quitted your business this year, or if you feel like you're in the middle of one of those situations where you're trying to figure out, you know, am I starting a new business? Am I shifting to a new niche? Like, what's going on, right? Or if you feel like you've fallen out of love, which I think happens a lot too. You fall out of love with your business, or you evolve beyond what your business was to begin with. Just let me know in the comments. Let's have some open conversation. I would love to talk to you guys about where you are mentally, especially knowing that I was definitely there in that place at the beginning of this year. All right, see y'all later.